All right, so we all saw the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's not just about the game anymore, is it?
Oh, no, not at all.
I mean, the halftime show
The halftime show is like...
is this whole other
It's a cultural moment.
thing, right?
Yeah.
A huge cultural moment.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
this year...
This year was...
I mean, the Eagles just crushed the Chiefs.
Yeah, they did
40
20 to 22.
to 22. But honestly, the real shockers were during halftime.
Yeah, we've got this article from Radio Times about the show,
Oh, yeah.
and honestly, you are not ready for the surprises they packed into like 15 minutes.
It really makes you think, though, like in a world where everything is so predictable,
Yeah.
everything seems so prepackaged.
Right.
Do these big surprises like actually hit differently now?
Yeah, do we like crave those
Yeah.
what just happened moments?
Utterly.
So Kendrick Lamar headlined, performing a medley of his hits.
Solid?
Yeah, solid performance.
Yeah.
But not really the shocker.
Not the shocker.
But that's about Samuel L. Jackson in full Uncle Sam regalia.
Oh, wow.
Kicks off the show.
Now that is brilliant.
Can you even imagine?
I mean, you've got this like
Yeah.
almost mythical figure like Uncle Sam,
All right.
and they get someone like Samuel L. Jackson to embody it.
So cool.
And he's not just like standing there.
Right.
He's introducing Lamar. He's giving like commentary throughout the performance.
Oh, wow.
It really set a unique tone for the whole thing.
Like hearing that voice say, and now introducing Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Like, I bet the stadium just went wild.
Oh, I bet.
But hold on, because that wasn't even the biggest surprise.
Oh, there's more.
Serena Williams makes a cameo.
What?
Totally unannounced.
No way.
Yeah.
So this is where that Radio Times article gets really interesting.
Yeah.
They're saying that a lot of viewers actually rewound their TVs
Really?
because they thought they were imagining things.
Wow.
Like a total blink and you'll miss it moment.
Yeah, so she's like dancing under a streetlight,
Yeah.
which just adds to that like unexpected vibe, right?
Yeah.
And her outfit, blue mini skirt jacket, matching sneakers.
Okay.
It all felt very deliberate.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This was not just a random wardrobe choice.
Right.
She was recreating her iconic Crip walk dance from the 2012 London Olympics.
Seriously?
Yeah, the one she did after defeating Maria Sharapova.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Bold move.
And kind of a bold move considering the criticism she got for that dance at Wimbledon.
Exactly. And that's what makes this cameo so fascinating.
Right.
It just brings up this whole conversation about, self-expression, how social views have evolved,
Yeah.
and the lines between like athleticism and entertainment.
It's true.
It's like she's reclaiming that moment on her own terms.
So she even acknowledges the Wimbledon Super Bowl contrast in a backstage video.
She does. Yeah.
It's almost like she's saying, like, I'll dance how I want, where I want.
Exactly.
I mean, her husband, Alexis Ohanian, had to have something to say about this.
For sure. He keeps it pretty simple on X, formerly Twitter.
Yeah.
Just pretty fantastic halftime show.
He was loving it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That simple statement just speaks volume. You can almost hear like the unspoken pride
Right.
and the I told you so
Yeah.
in that comment.
Yeah. And they're known for being so supportive of each other.
Totally.
Okay, so back to the performance itself.
Okay.
SCA joined Lamar for Luther and All the Stars, and rapper Mustard makes an appearance too.
Oh, cool.
But the question on everyone's mind, did he or didn't he?
Yeah. Did he perform that controversial track?
Yeah,
Well, the Radio Times article confirms he did.
he did.
Lamar saved Not Like Us for the very end of his set.
Wow, what a statement.
Pretty bold move, right?
Yeah, to use that platform during the Super Bowl
Yeah.
to make such a strong statement.
You go there for the football,
Yeah.
the spectacle, and then suddenly you're confronted with something much deeper.
Right?
It makes you think.
Yeah, it really does.
What's fascinating to me is how Lamar leveraged this massive platform.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it about sparking a conversation or taking a risk?
Right.
Or maybe both?
Maybe all of the above.
This is where we start to see those lines blur between entertainment and something a little bit more provocative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like he knew that everyone would be talking about it,
right.
good or bad.
For sure.
Like a calculated move.
Yeah.
But let's circle back to Serena for a second.
Okay.
Her Super Bowl cameo wasn't just about the dance, was it?
Oh, definitely not.
It felt like something bigger.
What's so fascinating is how this seemingly spontaneous appearance, actually taps into all these larger themes.
Well,
We're talking cultural influence,
Right.
reclaiming narratives,
Right.
the evolution of social views. It's a lot to unpack.
It is. When you think about it, she's this globally recognized athlete
Yeah.
stepping onto a stage dominated by music,
Right.
and making a statement with a dance that once sparked so much controversy.
Exactly.
It all feels very deliberate. It does. And remember, this is the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
Millions of people are watching this,
Right.
including people who might not even follow tennis
Yeah.
or even know about the whole Crip walk controversy.
Right.
And yet there she is, just owning that moment.
It's a powerful image, and it makes you wonder how that resonates with different audiences,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Is it empowering for some? Is it controversial for others?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's the beauty of these kinds of cultural moments, you know? They spark conversation, they challenge assumptions,
Right.
and they kind of make us think critically about what we see and how we interpret it.
Okay, so we talked about the power of Serena's appearance.
Yeah.
But what about the context?
Oh,
This is
yeah.
a performance by Kendrick Lamar,
Yeah.
who, if you remember, has a little bit of a history with Drake.
Uh-huh.
And Drake and Serena, well, they have a past, too.
Right. The plot thickens.
Right.
Now, the Radio Times article doesn't really get into this specifically,
Okay.
but it's something worth considering.
Does her dancing to Lamar's music especially a track that some see as like a diss to Drake?
Right.
Does that add another layer to this whole thing?
It makes you wonder, was it a subtle message,
Yeah.
like a show of support for Lamar, or just a coincidence?
Right. To get this whole other layer of intrigue.
Yeah, and this is what makes pop culture so fascinating.
Absolutely.
Like these seemingly separate events
Right.
are actually connected by this web of relationships in history.
Exactly.
It makes you realize there's always more to the story
Always more to the story.
than what's on the surface.
Yeah,
Like this whole thing's like a puzzle with all these pieces fitting together in unexpected ways.
it is.
I bet the internet had a field day with this.
Oh, I bet.
Right?
These types of pop culture moments are just gold for online discussions.
Yeah.
It fuels speculation and debate,
Right.
and it keeps people talking long after the event is over.
It's like everyone becomes a cultural critic,
Uh-huh.
trying to decipher all the hidden meanings and connections.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder, is this intentional?
Yeah, are they orchestrating these events for maximum impact?
Right.
Or are we just reading too much into it?
I mean, either way, it's definitely working.
It's working.
We're all talking about it.
We are.
And it makes you think about these figures in a new light. It's
Right.
like they're not just athletes or musicians anymore.
It's true.
They're these cultural forces shaping the conversation.
Yeah, in ways we might not even realize.
Yeah.
It's like they transcend their own fields.
Yeah.
And they become part of this larger cultural narrative that we're all participating in,
Whether we realize it or not.
whether we realize it or not.
It's a lot to process.
It is.
I have to ask, what does it all mean?
Right.
Why should we even care about Serena Williams dancing at the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah.
Is it just entertainment, or is there something more profound happening here?
That's the question we all have to grapple with.
Right.
On the surface,
Yeah.
it's a fun, unexpected moment during a massive event.
Right.
But when you look deeper,
Yeah.
we start to see how it reflects the changing landscape of entertainment, the power of these figures to spark conversation,
Yeah.
and honestly, the interconnectedness of our cultural experiences.
So it's not just about the dance, it's
Right.
about what the dance represents.
Exactly.
It's about understanding the context, the
Yeah.
history,
Uh-huh.
and the potential impact of these seemingly small moments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's about recognizing that pop culture is more than just entertainment.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of who we are, what we value, and what we're grappling with as a society.
It's a lens through which we can view the complexities of our world.
Precisely.
Wow. I'm starting to see this Super Bowl halftime show in a whole new light.
Yeah.
It's not just a performance, it's a statement.
And it's a statement that continues to resonate long after the lights have dimmed and the crowds have gone home.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We talked about Kendrick Lamar's powerful performance,
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson's iconic appearance as Uncle Sam, and of course, Serena Williams' unexpected cameo and that unforgettable Crip walk.
We've explored the layers of meaning behind her dance, the potential message she's sending, and how this all connects to larger cultural trends and conversations.
We even touched on the potential rivalry with Drake.
Right.
And how that adds another layer of intrigue to this already fascinating story.
And we can't forget Alexis Ohanian
Yeah.
just showing his support in that understated yet powerful way that only a proud husband can.
This deep dive has definitely given us a lot to think about.
For sure.
It's amazing how something that seems so surface level,
Yeah.
like a celebrity cameo, can actually spark such deep conversations about culture, identity, and the evolving landscape of entertainment.
And that, I think, is the real power of pop culture.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of who we are, where we've been, and where we're headed as a society.
It's a reminder that even in a world saturated with information and entertainment, these moments of genuine surprise and cultural significance still have the power to make us stop, think, and reconsider our assumptions. Like, we're all part of this giant conversation, you know?
Yeah, whether we realize it or not.
Yeah. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the big takeaway?
What if Serena's appearance wasn't just a one-off?
Well,
What if this is just the beginning?
like, we might see more of these unexpected crossovers.
Exactly. More athletes showing up in music performances.
Oh, why?
Or musicians, getting involved in sporting events.
Okay.
Like, imagine a world where the lines between these industries are just completely blurred.
Yeah.
We could be on the verge of, like, a whole new era of entertainment.
Right.
One that's full of these crazy surprises and collaborations.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what those collaborations would even look like.
Right.
And what kind of impact that would have on culture.
Think about it. These crossovers could lead to totally new forms of creative expression, spark all these conversations about important social issues, and even challenge, our old ideas about what entertainment should be.
So it's not just about entertainment.
Really?
It's about pushing boundaries and using these massive platforms to actually say something meaningful.
Exactly. And recognizing that these events that seem isolated are actually all connected to something much bigger.
Right.
They're all part of this ongoing conversation that's constantly changing and shaping our world.
Okay, so we've analyzed Kendrick Lamar's performance, we decoded Samuel L. Jackson's cameo, and we really unpacked Serena's surprise appearance and that Crip walk.
Yeah, we really went deep.
But what does it all mean for us, the viewers, the consumers of pop culture?
It means that we need to be more aware, more critical, and more engaged with what we're watching and listening to.
Okay.
It's about looking past the surface and asking ourselves,
Yeah.
what are the messages here? What are the connections?
Right.
And how does this all fit into the bigger picture?
It's like we're all detectives, in a way.
Yeah, piecing together the clues.
Trying to make sense of this crazy cultural landscape.
Exactly. And the more we understand these connections,
Yeah.
the more we can appreciate the power of pop culture.
Well, I think it's safe to say this deep dive has given us a lot to think about.
It has.
And hopefully it's inspired our listeners to do a little exploring of their own.
If you want a good starting point, that Radio Times article is definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, it's packed with insights about the halftime show and all the people involved.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a read.
And as always, we encourage you to stay curious. Keep asking those questions.
Yeah.
And never underestimate the power of a good surprise.
Because in a world that obsessed with predicting the future,
Right.
it's the unexpected that really captures our imagination.
And keeps us coming back for more.
Exactly.